Hello guys, how are you on this fine day? It is, what day is it? Sunday? Maybe it's a Sunday. Yeah, I think so. I feel like I have to do some harvesting here for a little bit today. There's been stuff that has been kicking around for a week now. It's been here waiting for me. I think these are no longer grapes. They're just kind of like raisins. Pretty certain of that. There we go. Very, very nice. So I've been looking at the track again. That seems to be the big thing in my head these days. Now, I've been walking it for a while today already, and I thought, like, this one, instead of going up and over, I could come through here. It could come up along here. We could come down either through this or just cross that field and come along here and stop at the castle. We could have a train station at the castle, and that, you know, kind of takes this route from the tulip station. It would wander around a little bit. It's not a big long ride, but it would get us down into here. The problem with that is I still got to get a train from here up through, either up through that, which is feeling quite daunting, or back. I mean, I could head back that way with it, I guess, from the castle. I'm going to harvest this. We're going to go look at that. If I came back this way, however, I mean, I suppose then I could go through here someplace and pick up with the track that was supposed to go, you know, up through this, and what? That's where we ran into trouble, right? We needed it to turn around and come back again. So we'd actually have to leave our castle, head up through this somewhere, do that little loopy-doo so that we can see some of the fairgrounds, come down through here. I keep saying it'd be hard to get through the forest this way, but I wonder if we could go through part of the forest this way and then well, I can't end back at the castle though. There's got to be some sort of complete loop here. So main station to tulip station to, it would be castle station. The castle station has to end up here, and then you get on this one and come all the way back through and end up there. So if we went from castle, from tulip down to castle, castle to Knights station, then Knights comes through here. So we'd only have to go the one way, but it's got to end up here, and that was the kicker because we couldn't figure out how to get the train into it, right? That was the problemo, because right now it ends over on this side of this caravan park. So it would have to end up back here. So that still forces us through so that it can connect up to that. So it still forces us through this part, and I've already got one track coming through this part. Man, I'm having a hard time with this. I am looking at some major renovations. Even if I came around here, if I had both tracks coming around this way, I've still got to get up through that forest. There's no way around it. If I am leaving this station via this, I have got to get up through that forest to get anywhere at all. There's just no way around that. I can't, yeah, I cannot see a way around that. I mean, unless we go all the way around down here, but I've got the other track coming up from this. So we'd have to rip out this set of trees or something and go back along this way. But then we'd have to cross that track and things get really stupid. So that's not good either, because we can't have the tracks touching. Dang, this has been the hardest puzzle. Well, or it's just the laziest. Maybe that's the problem, is I'm simply not, you know, I'm not wanting to have to move things I've put in. That's the real problem, because I just don't know how to leave the train station here and come around there and then what, because there was no way out through this. Okay, what would I have to move? Let's just get real here. What would I have to move? if we want to connect this with Castle Station in that direction for a change, we'd have to come along here. Instead of a path, we'd have a railroad track, which I don't have a real problem with. We could take out that row of trees. It would meet up over here, and then we'd go that way instead and come up along behind. And we'd be coming back up through here or something, or over there. So this one in front, and then we'd be hauling to, we could come back here, I suppose. And then this would get us across to end back, like from the Castle Station to there. We could do that. We could do that. Oh my gosh, we could actually do that, because it would be going through this part. We'd get to see we'd get to see more of this on the main train ride, which is not, I'm not finding that to be a problem. And we could run the track either along, yeah, we'd run the track along this side because we'd be coming up with the train on the other. And this whole thing here with the funky colored horses, I mean, I can dump that anyway, but this would be the one that would connect up with the Castle Station. And then we would have a whole, okay, so if we left here, we'd be zip zooming around like this, ending up at Tulip. Tulip would do a loopy-doo here, but end up bringing us down to the castle. The castle would be running up through this side, back here, along behind the trees, and then connecting up. Then we'd connect there, go through the fish, down along the Holland Farm, through the Diamond Garden, and end. I'm going to have to move a few things up here, but I think we've got it. Well, I'm going to have to move a lot of things, but I think it's done. Unless I change my mind. Oh my God, this has been the biggest puzzle. And it may be, you know, it's like I said, it's just because I'm a lazy sod, but I haven't been wanting to move too much. Some of the things I'd have to move, I kind of like them the way they are. And I feel I can't just, you know, pull up the path and put the train track down. I'm going to have to redo that section so that it doesn't look like I just pulled up the road to put the train track down. I do like having the idea of another station at the castle, though. I like that a lot. And then they all connect. You can always get onto one and go on to the other, and it will open up a lot more of the interior here. And in this part, when this one is connecting from there to here, we can run that up through and around if we want, so we can, you know, we can bring it up into here so we can see some of the forest. We may be done. It's going to take hours of moving things, picking things up, recycling a bunch of stuff, wasting more money, gold, and doodahs, but you know, whatever. I'm driving myself crazy with this one. I know what I want, you know, but I don't want to make the sacrifices to do it. Let's be honest. I'm just being lazy. It's like, yeah, I know what I want. I just don't want to have to do it that way. Why would I want to do it that way? It's too hard, but that's okay. I think it's sorted. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of work, but I think it's sorted. That's fine. We're good. I'm fine. It's all good. And then once the last of the track is laid, then I will fill up any gaps. We've got some places that are just kind of empty spots right now, and then that, you know, that's fine. I don't actually mind empty spots, but it would also be nice to have them look like they're empty on purpose, not just because I forgot to get there. So sometimes things just look like a mistake, and sometimes they look almost the same, but they're obviously not a mistake because look, somebody paid attention to it, so it's okay. And that's all I'm looking for. I want it to feel like every last square was cared about and tucked in at night, you know. That's what I want. I want this farm to feel like it's been tucked in at night. That's perfect. That's what I'm going for. You betcha. So got a little harvesting done. We got a bunch of flowers ready to harvest, actually, like the roses, and I've got the white orchids on the other side of them, and they bring in some nice money. That's kind of pleasant. It's a beautiful spring day again. I love the coloring in this game in spring. It's warm and bright, and the colors are really saturated. It's very pretty. So I watched more dressage last night. That was fun. Saw the German lady, Jessica, somebody whose name I can't pronounce, from Germany, on her Trakehner mare. She won the gold, the individual gold. Her teammate won the silver, and the German team as a whole won the gold. And they just made it look so easy. Some quite advanced riding and advanced training, the kind of things that take horses years to master, and especially the winner, she just made it look so easy that it was almost the opposite of being impressive. There was another horse I saw that was where was he from? I think he was from the Netherlands, I think. Very flashy, really beautiful animal, just gorgeous, lots of action, lots of, lifted his legs really high. It was really flashy. Who really wasn't near as good at it as the other horse was, but it was pretty to look at. It was quite pleasant. But she managed to, she made it look so smooth and perfect that it was just so quiet and technically incredible. Oh, I forgot to do these the other day when I did when we got sidetracked with windmills and all the rest of it. I forgot to do these at the same time. Look at the difference in the price, though. I mean, $310. This is without the Good Samaritan bonus. There's a big difference. And I was getting, how much the XB? Wasn't I saying it was something like 20, was it 24? The XB, I thought it was like over 2,000, and here it's just 12. That's a huge, huge difference in what you get. It's definitely worth being kind to other people, but always remember to plow after you've harvested, because it's just bad manners to not. You take their stuff and then you don't do anything to say thank you for that. Always plow after you've harvested a field. It's just a decent thing to do. And you end up, of course, you are doing something for them, of course. You're harvesting, so they get the money or the dime, whatever it is you're harvesting, and that's good. The product from it is, that's nice. But, we're there to get our own bonus when we get back home, or to help level our characters, or, that sort of thing. So say thank you. Plow after you harvest. Lots of little fleurs. I got a little sidetracked there, and I got to go all the way back up again. So these orange flowers will take a week to harvest. So I feel like I've got a week to be full again. I feel like I have a week to get all of this train stuff sorted out, so that I can finally take a nice proper little train ride here. And all the flowers, I want everything in full bloom. For the last couple of days before I do this, I'm not going to have my farm open to anybody. I don't want anything harvested. I'll put on the setting that lets us, get rid of the baskets, and so it looks real, it just looks nice as we're flipping through. I want everything to be rich and luxurious, and we'll do it in spring because it's pretty. And maybe, I'll try to do, maybe I'll do one during the day and one at night or something like that. It'll be kind of nice to just sit back and not be thinking about all the things I have to fix. Just sit back and look at it. It's going to be a very different experience for me, because every time I'm running around now, you're always looking at what you need to be doing. That's just a constant, you're always looking, oh, there's this and there's that, and I've got to do this, and it'll be kind of fun to feel like, well, it's done now. So I made a few bucks here tonight. Nothing, outstandingly, oh my goodness, wonderful, but from 1.47, it's 8.9 or 5.9 now. That's not dreadful. I think it was 4.7. Yeah. All of these need harvesting too, but maybe I'll might leave the farm open tonight. I've had it closed the last couple of nights just because I've been working late. And okay, full disclosure, confession time. There have been 2 times in the last couple of weeks where I've been up really late at night playing Forza. And on those nights when I went to bed, I was just too tired to be thinking about opening another game, even if I was planning on leaving it behind. It was just, yeah, I'm too tired for this stuff. But otherwise, I sometimes I've been recording, or there's always other work, right? There's always things. Oh, that's the thing here. Look at these. I forgot when I took up all of those little watering things. They weren't there because I forgot them. They were there because they were watering this outside row. So there's another thing I have to fix. There's always so many. And we are moving into summer. I should check to see if I had anything that needed planting, because probably I did. I can't remember the last time I even looked at quest stuff. When I planted those crops that are on the field, which is about a week ago. I haven't looked at a quest thing since. 'Tis redonkulous. I wonder if I do. I do! I can plant a thing. Watch it be one of those. There are like 40 of these. I need to check on my animals too. Make sure the farm hands are all in the right places. Oh, I like these plants. These are so pretty. Look at that. Just this little golden, shiny star of prettiness. Pretty, pretty. 67. Well, that's not dreadful. Tis a cute little game. I have to go look at, I'm going to look at my other farms too. I have the recycled one that I'm going to need to digest that for a bit before I start on that. I know, the one neighborhood is fine. And, the much bigger lots bigger than here. But I, wanted a wide avenue sort of, drive-by thing to look at. And after that, man, I really got nothing. I just don't know what to do. I just don't want to do the same thing. I'm not making another carnival. The forest, a definite maybe. Little Critters idea of doing a north-south thing where, maybe like the northeastern corner of the map, I put snow down and I have, the spruce trees, and I put a few igloos out, make it a wintry sort of thing up here, and summer with desert, and then different things through the middle. That's a definite possibility. I liked the idea, and she said it was absolutely okay if I went ahead and did it. So of course it's going to be totally different for anything she does anyway, right? Everybody does it different, which is what is so much fun. And so I love that, visiting other farms, because somebody will say, oh yeah, I did that too. And then you go look at theirs and it's like utterly different, and it's so exciting. It's like, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. I love it. I love it. You can have the exact same idea. And with limited things, of course, we've got the same maps. We've all got the exact same items. And after you've played for a while, it starts feeling like there really aren't all that many of those items. And of course you're going to come up with the same thing over and over and over again, but it's like every farm you go to is different, and it's so pleasant. It is so nice to see that and watch it, and it's good. Yes, it looks like I'm going to have to go the other way with this, which is going to be grumble. I'll be fine. It'll be okay. Sure it will. Oh, 220 agave. That's good. I should go get those planted before the season is over then. And I get so much track laid back here that's all going to be in the wrong place. But of course. So I needed 280. Okie dokie. If you guys ever, have you ever seen an agave plant? And I guess a lot of you live in the United States, and if you live anywhere where it's kind of warmer, you've probably seen more agave than I have, actually. But I love it. I mean, I have lived in Texas, and I've been out in, Arizona, and spent some time out there, to a few different places. I moved around a lot, actually. But I love agave. And when they flower, which is almost never, and you've got this massive flower that's the size of me. Let's be honest. It's the size of me, okay? Ah, goodness. They're so beautiful. It's such a nice plant. And for the record, they do not grow where I live right now. I know this. They just don't. No. I was thinking, but I know people in Scotland that have them. That just freaks me out so much. Scotland is so much further north than I currently live in Canada. And the first time I know, I was in London, and I was in, I don't know, Hyde Park maybe. There's that group of parks in the middle of the city. You've got Green and St. James, whatever. And anyway, I was the Kensington Palace, that part, and I can't remember the names, but anyway, I was walking through the park, and you come across a spot, walk around a corner, and there's palm trees, and I stopped dead. I am not even joking. I stopped dead in my tracks. It was like, what am I seeing? How is this a thing? And yes, I know about the Gulf Stream, and I know, all the rest of it, but it's further north than I am, and there's freaking palm trees growing. And it was actually, I think it was there in October the very first time, and there were still roses blooming all over and all this wonderful stuff. And it was like, how is this a thing? Like, no, seriously, how is this a thing? Because knowing it with your head and seeing it right there in front of you is different. It's different. Don't kid yourself. It's very different. I am going to plant one more of these for the simple reason that sometimes the math in this game is wrong. And then we shall plant peppercorns. Do-do-do. Yeah, it was just such an experience. Plants are fun. The plants in this game too, I find I'm really, the first time I was in, I was so happy. They've got real plants. For the most part, they're a solid representation of what they are. They're cartoonized, and they're created for a game, and they look like they're made out of plastic or whatever, but it works. It works good. You could look at this plant, and if you saw it in real life, in a lot of cases, the majority of cases, you'd be able to go, wow, that kind of looks like that plant I play in Farm Together. And certainly if you know the plant and you see it in Farm Together, you go, yeah, that works. I think that's good. You can tell what it's supposed to be. I'm not always sure of some of the seasons. A lot of the things are just dead on. They're fabulous, most of them. There's a few I feel a little, what part of the world were they in, whoever made that decision? I'm not always, that wouldn't have worked for me in Canada, certainly, and it might not have worked in Texas either. So where did it work from? There's been a few I've not entirely understood, and it's occurred to me they were just game decisions. It was like, yeah, I know, but we're going to move it a season because we need one over there, and that's perfectly legit. I never did any, a 750, but I never really did more of those, did I? So I've got enough black peppercorns, the walnut trees we'll get to, I have enough agave, the cactus we'll get to, the piranha will be got to. I need 120 cauliflower. Well, what do you know? The wheat is done. I need 140 soybeans and 120 cauliflower. neither of which I can plant until that's in the fall and that's in the winter. Well, I won't be around that long, so we'll get to them another day. Or I will try to remember to open up the game tonight when it's bedtime. So, oh, red currants, 470 of them. Brilliant. So if somebody shows up and needs something to do, there'll be things to do. Until I see you next time, guys, try not to dream about my train problems like I do. Yeah, don't do that. And I do. I dream about this blasted train. Till I see you next time, I hope you're having a fabulous weekend. Bye-bye, guys.